Hello there, Cancer. It's so good to see you again. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm Mary Sue, and today we are going to be doing your May 2022 Tarot Love Reading. So we'll take a look at the overall energies in your romantic love life with the Oracle cards, and then we'll move to the Tarot for more details. If you're enjoying the content that I create or resonating with the message, I'd really appreciate it if you would consider liking, commenting, or subscribing. I really do appreciate all of your support. Okay, so let's get into your reading. Let's take a look at your animal spirit card, giraffe spirit. See the big picture. You know, Cancer, this is one of my favorite animal spirit cards. It is about seeing the big picture in either a romantic relationship that you have now or just in relationships in general. Our romantic relationships a lot of times are very similar. We attract the same type of energy in our romantic relationships that we sometimes have in other relationships, whether it's family, friends, or co-workers. And I feel like you're starting to see the big picture about how all of your relationships are similar in some way. It's opening you up, having this higher perspective, because, the giraffe eats the leaves at the top of a tree, right? So it has like this higher perspective of things. It can see in a far distance. It can see farther because it's up higher. And I feel like you're coming into this reality. It's almost like you're seeing the reality of your relationships, perhaps coming into recognizing the truth of the types of people that you have in all of your relationships, or patterns that you have in your relationships, not just your romantic sector, but in all sectors. And it's opening you up, It's so interesting because I've never really noticed this before, but it's like the third eye there is really coming, is being highlighted for me. I feel like you're coming into an alignment of understanding your all of your relationships and how they are playing out in your romantic love relationships. It's a lovely energy of finally oh my goodness, truth be told. And that one was like playing over here, I feel like you're seeing the truth about how perhaps, beliefs that you've had from childhood or patterns that you've seen in relationships that since a child, about romantic relationships, that can be your parents, your grandparents, aunts, uncles, friends. It doesn't matter. It's kind of like you're starting to see the bigger picture about relationships. And it's a lovely feeling of just kind of coming into a calm of understanding, oh, I see the truth now about how this pattern is illuminated in all of my relationships. And once we recognize the truth and we come into accepting that truth and perhaps healing a wound based on that truth, then everything comes into fruition. Yeah, because you have exchanging gifts. I get the sense that you've been truly overgiving in your romantic relationships, but perhaps in all of your relationships. There's this sense that you're coming into understanding that one of the first things you need to do is give to yourself. Make sure your own cup, you're filling up your own cup. Not necessarily always trying to find love in external relationships, but finding that true love of yourself first. Because once we come into that energy, it's so amazing how a lot of our other relationships come much more into balance, because for the first time, you may be starting to step into that energy of making yourself a priority instead of other people in your life as a priority. Okay, so let's see what your soulmate cards say. Compromise, runner, and deception. Yeah, and soulmate. So, there's this energy, very much of a twin flame energy here, but a true soulmate. Understanding, we have the runner card. That's the overgiving. In a twin flame connection, what happens is one of the twins or one of the people in the relationship is the runner and the other one is the chaser. And you may feel as if for a long time you have been chasing after someone, right? So that means that you're over giving. You're giving a lot to a situation. But the more you give, it's like the more the other person runs away. And it's really, it's such a almost like confusing energy, because you're constantly wondering, what am I doing wrong? And all you do is just keep giving more to this person or to this relationship, and all they do is run farther away. And it's like, I don't get it. Like, I cannot figure it out. Like, what do I have to do? But you're understanding that the whole concept of you giving and not receiving anything from the other person is really, it's partly a deception on their part, but it's also deceiving yourself of the true love that you so much deserve. It's, when we step into that energy of realizing that if people don't want to be in our life, we allow them to leave, to run away if they want to, but you're stepping back into your own energy. You gain back your own confidence because you understand that you are worthy of having someone that is truly in alignment with you, cherishes you, right? That wants to spend time with you, that you don't have to, I feel like there's this energy of having to do cartwheels and flips and, backflips and whatever in order to get this person's attention. And it's kind of like, the question is, why are you putting so much time and energy into a relationship when all they want to do is move farther and farther away from you? It's like, take that time and energy and put it into yourself, into things that you enjoy doing, into being with people who truly want to be with you. And then it changes your whole aura. You are over compromising. There's this energy that you are compromising what it is that you truly want out of life in order to, it's almost like, it's a toxic relationship. It's almost as if you are trying to prove to this person that you are worthy of their love. But now you're starting to see the bigger picture. You're kind of like, okay, no, wait a minute. This is all wrong. I do deserve love, but I also deserve to have people in my life that understand just how worthy I am of love. Okay, so let's see what your romantic angel cards have. Oh, codependency. Yeah, keep an open mind. Okay, I feel like you may have somebody new coming in, but look at this energy. This is an energy of understanding that a situation that you're in is not healthy. That there's codependency. That is this runner energy. The twin flame, the overgiving in a situation, and just not receiving anything from the other person. It's that energy of, unrequited love. Now, when we're in a toxic relationship, sometimes we have to ask ourselves, we only stay in it because there's something that we're trying to gain from it. And I feel like that is what you're getting ready to recognize. Why are you staying in this relationship when the other person is not exchanging the same amount of time and energy into the connection? When we come into that relationship with ourselves, when we understand that, maybe you're staying because of financial security or stability, this person that, you're in connection with or were in a connection with, there could have been a lot of financial stability or security. So you stayed because of that. Okay, that's something to recognize, right? You could have a pattern of that in your family history, right? Your parents could have been in a situation where the relationship wasn't really healthy, but perhaps one of your parents stayed in the relationship in order to keep the financial security, of that relationship. There's this energy of trying to heal family issues. Once again, Cancer, I'm going to say, I'm getting the energy that this is a pattern that if you looked back to your childhood or you looked back to other relationships that you have perhaps used as a model in your life, thinking that they were healthy relationships, you're starting to understand that those relationships had codependency in them, or the person that you're dealing with had codependency in their issues in their family. And so those issues are coming into play in your romantic connections. So it is about retreating, keeping an open mind, looking at the pattern and how this has affected your romantic relationships. There's a good sense here of healing from all of this. Once we recognize the truth, once we accept it, right, which sometimes is very difficult, once we get into that energy, then it is very easy to move away from that pattern, right? Because accepting it, seeing it for what it is, seeing how it has played out in your life helps you to heal those issues and then to move on from them. So let's take a look at the tarot. I am going to look at present energy, your obstacle or area of resistance, advice from spirit, and then the outcome if you take the advice. But remember, Cancer, you have free will, so you can choose to do whatever you think is best for you. Okay, so I am going to anchor each of these positions with an oracle card, and then we'll clarify with the tarot. Yeah, so right now, your present energy is that status quo. Understanding. I really feel like you're coming into this understanding of you're repeating a pattern that you grew up with. It's kind of like repeating ancestral patterns. And one of the things here I feel is that part of your soul's path is to break that pattern, that ancestral pattern. A lot of times we see, family issues with alcoholism or, physical abuse or something like that. In this case, it could be just a sense of codependent, toxic relationships. But I feel like you're coming into this alignment of seeing the bigger picture, seeing that you could be the one that breaks this, chain of toxic relationships in your family. So let's see what we have here for your area of resistance. Peace. Yeah, you're having a hard time finding peace. It's interesting because the sun is rising here. I've never noticed this. I feel like you're coming into this light, this opening, this portal of understanding that you're never going to be able to find peace in your romantic relationship until you heal whatever is causing the codependency patterns or behaviors in either the relationship that you're in or in your relationships in general. I feel like this is a pattern, something that once you start looking at it, you're going to say, oh, yes. It's sad to say, you could see similar pattern in, if you're an adult, you could see similar patterns with your siblings in their romantic relationships that your parents had, or, even your aunts and uncles. It's just a pattern that you're going to say, yeah, this is the status quo for our family, and I don't want this anymore. I want to go in a direction. This isn't bringing me any peace. I want joy. I don't want status quo. I want peace. I want joy. So I feel like you're making some changes. Yeah, the sacred temple. This is part of your spiritual path, is recognizing this pattern and changing it. Understanding that you don't want your children to have this same pattern that you are living with right now. Really interesting. Yes, because the advice is the loving woman. You know, stepping into gender doesn't matter. It's like stepping into this energy of having a very balanced, loving relationship. You know, whether you're female or male, it doesn't matter. This is kind of like that Empress energy of loving yourself, of stepping into this energy of, I don't have to have somebody else to be happy. I feel like part of it is that, you know, you may have grown up with a belief system that unless you were married and had children and, you know, had some sort of certain lifestyle, that you couldn't be a loving, right? Like you had to be married or in a committed relationship in order to feel like you were loved. And now there's this energy of understanding, no, I'm stepping into this energy of loving myself for who I am first. And then you'll attract people that also love you for who you are. You know, the dog right there symbolizes loyalty, being loyal to yourself. Understanding that what your heart desires needs to be your top priority, not what somebody else wants for you. And you notice the loving woman, once again, gender doesn't matter, but she's sitting there by herself. She understands that she doesn't have to have somebody else by her side in order to have this energy of feeling like a loving human being, being loved. Yeah, because the opposite of that is the victim mentality. If I'm not in a romantic relationship, right, then I'm not I'm not loved, right? It's that energy of you're compromising, taking a look. Are you compromising what your heart truly wants in order to fit the mold of what has been perhaps a family tradition? A family tradition of being married, of having children, of having, you know, some type of traditional committed relationship. And it could be that you want a committed relationship that isn't in the same pattern that your family has always had, you know, of understanding that love comes in a lot of different sizes and colors. And it's just like, okay, I can go outside of the box of what my family has wanted for me or has said is the expectation for so long. Yeah, coming into alignment with your higher self, of understanding that you are loved, you are a loving soul, and that you deserve to be surrounded by people that cherish you for who you are and recognize your light and your love. So what's the outcome? Family, friends, and guides. Yeah, having people around you that are truly in alignment with who you are. Really interesting. Travel. Some of you may be traveling to meet somebody or to, you know, you may be feeling like there's somebody you need to go talk to, you know, clear the air with. I get that energy with that travel card. Some of you may be moving away. Perhaps if you live like in a town where you're surrounded by family and you're trying to break this pattern that is in your family, you may be actually moving away. Yeah, because fragmented energy is underneath there. It's as if you have to go and pick up the fragmented pieces of your life. This thinking pattern, this pattern of belief has fragmented your energy, and now you're transforming. You're moving into alignment with more people who are on the same path that you are. I feel like for a lot of you, you're pulling in almost like a soul tribe, understanding that what you've been... I wouldn't be surprised if some of you said that you've been searching your whole life for the perfect person. Even if you're in a romantic connection right now that you are happy with, right? It's like there's still this longing. I feel as if you're longing for this person that's in alignment with how you feel about life, about love, about your purpose. And I feel like you don't have that right now. So let's see what we have here with the Tarot. Yeah, Cancer, I'm sending you love because I feel like you're at a crossroads. I really feel like there's this crossroads energy of, am I going to continue down this same path, or am I going to look for something different? Am I going to make the changes that I feel like your soul is asking you to make? So let's see what the status quo is. Knight of Wands, Nine of Cups, Eight of Wands, Three of Swords. So yeah, I feel like on the outside, you may be acting as if everything is hunky-dory, right? The Knight of Wands is this energy of taking action, feeling, being really highly energetic and happy. Nine of Cups, yes, I'm happy with my life, taking action on what is making you happy. It's like you're trying to prove that this is your life, but down deep, you know that you're compromising. You're not really in alignment with what your heart truly desires. You're acting. I feel like there's, this deception is here. Mask, right? It says mask, illusion, duplicity, look beyond the superficial. Either this is your energy or the energy of the person that you're dealing with. But the mask is acting as if everything is okay when really it's not. Because underneath that, we have the Three of Swords. Understanding that what you thought you wanted long term is really not what you have. Your Nine of Cups may not have changed, but you're coming into the reality of understanding that what you have right now is not in alignment with what you really want. And that's very sad. It's kind of this energy of understanding. Yeah, this is all based on a belief that I've had. Once again, I feel like there's this childhood energy here. I've believed this my whole life, that I wanted to be married. I wanted to, be the loving woman, have the loving woman, have children, whatever it is. There's this energy of, I thought that's what I wanted. And now all of a sudden, I thought that's what I wanted with this person or this type of person. And now you're coming into alignment of, no, that's not really what I want. And it's sad. I mean, I get this energy of seeing. It's almost as if you're seeing on the horizon that something has to change. They're saying the grass is greener on the other side, but it's not. It's truly greener on the other side. It just doesn't look greener on the other side. Where you are, where your hooves, your feet are planted right now is not truly where you want to be. Yeah. And you're seeking. I feel like you're seeking a peaceful resolution to this. Because Cancer, you do. Yeah, family is really important to you. I feel like you're trying to find a peaceful resolution to heal this family situation, or what you wanted as a family, or for your family. Yeah. Seven of Swords, lots of betrayal. I feel like you're really coming into the truth of understanding what it is that you want. But you've been really, the devil is the toxic, codependent. Once again, finances, feeling like this situation was going to help you financially or bring you financial security or stability. Thinking that it was something that would grow into the long term. And, wanting to look at other options, and yet at the same time, not being able to, because there's this sense that you can't find peace. Yeah, a true sense of of trying to find a peaceful solution to this. Yeah, lots of sevens here. 3 sevens. You know, this is part of your spiritual path. Once again, I feel like it's this energy of accepting how you got to the situation, or in the situation that you are in, and now realizing that you have to make a change. And it's not easy, because you, Cancer, you're a very loving person. You don't want to hurt other people. But I think you're understanding you can't wear this mask anymore. You can't hide your true feelings anymore. You can't compromise. Because the longer you stay in this situation, the more you're being pulled away from peace and harmony within yourself. I really get the sense that you're really trying to, I can almost feel your frustration of trying to make changes, tweaks in your relationship, in yourself, in your life, perhaps in a lot of different sectors of your life, trying to find a solution into trying to make this work. Not only for the relationship, for your family, for whoever else may be involved, but also for what your soul is calling you to do. And what you're doing is you're coming into this alignment. You're finding the truth that there is no compromise. There really isn't. And it's no one's fault. I really feel like there's no one's fault. It's you are ascending to a new level. There's new horizons for you, but perhaps not for the people that you are dealing with. And it's not like there's major conflict here. I think the conflict is within you, because you realize the situation you are in is not healthy for you. That there's more that you want. You know, it's kind of like a situation where, you know, parents stay together even though they would like to separate or divorce. They stay together until the kids are through high school or something like that. You know, they like make a commitment. We'll just stay together. And then when the kids go off to college or whatever, you know, we'll get divorced then. But it's almost as if you've made kind of that commitment that you're going to stay until the kids graduate from high school, but maybe they're like in the 3rd grade, right? And you're kind of like, I can't wait that long. Like, I have to move on with my life. This is really holding me back from who I am and what it is that I am here to do. It's almost as if you can't walk your soul's purpose as long as you are in this relationship, because it's so out of alignment with your soul, with your heart's desire. Yeah. Wheel of Fortune. Yes, when you step into your energy of making choices that are good for you, instead of making choices that are good for other people, when you look at the situation for what it is, when you pull yourself back, right, and you see the situation for what it is and where it's going, it's almost like you're in, you know, have you ever been in a car accident, like, you know, like a minor fender bender, right? I was in a car accident once. It was a minor fender bender, but you could tell that we were going to collide. Okay, that the two of us were going to collide. It was an icy road, you know. It was one of those situations. You just know that there's going to be an accident. You're just hoping and praying that it's not that bad. And we weren't going that fast, but we're coming towards each other. And, you know, that was probably a span of 3 or 4 seconds. It's felt like 3 or 4 minutes. It was like, it's coming, you know? And the whole time you're sitting there like bracing yourself for what is about to happen. That's exactly this type of energy I have here. You know that it's a train wreck. You know that there's an accident. You know that this is going to dissolve. This situation, you know, this relationship, it's not going to go the test of time. You're stepping into the truth. You're understanding. You're finding the wisdom of perhaps being single for a while, of understanding, okay, that's part of my journey is I need to be solitary for a bit, right? So that I can step within and find, what it is that I truly want for myself. I feel like you're at a crossroads, almost like a life crisis, internal crisis, because you're looking for joy and happiness, but it's not in this situation. You don't find the joy and happiness until you step into this energy of, okay, I've got to go do this for myself. And I'm going to come back. You have finances and career and healing family issues. I feel like financially there is a situation why you are staying in this connection. You could be staying in it because you are feeling like you need the financial security from the person that you're in a relationship with, or vice versa, right? But it's kind of like, yeah, we have to find a way in order to move out of this relationship. And it's not until you move out of this relationship or move into a sense of truly loving yourself instead of trying to find that love in external relationships. Stepping into this energy of loving yourself. And when you do, the wheel of fortune turns for you. The blessings come in. The abundance, the joy, the happiness. The Sun card is the happiest card in the deck. That is what you receive when you step into this energy of, truly loving yourself, of not trying to find it in external ways, whether that's, in your career or in your marriage or a long-term committed relationship or with your family. There's this energy of, I'm good by myself, feeling like you're good by yourself. So let's see. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and justice. Libra energy, but you don't have to be dealing with a Libra, but it's that energy of bringing your life and your essence into balance. When you step out of this energy of doubting yourself, right, and step into an energy of loving yourself, of loving yourself enough that when you're dealing with family and friends, that you're not overgiving to the situation. Being victorious, moving on. I really feel like, between the Travel card and the Six of Wands, I feel like a lot of you may actually be physically moving, Really interesting energy, Cancer. I feel like the water signs right now, at least in the love readings, are coming into this energy of looking at their relationships in a totally different light. And coming into this energy of stepping into truly loving yourself. So, am I focused on what I am losing or gaining? Perfect. Perfect for this. Are you going through some change? Are you scared to let go because of what you might lose? And I feel like that's the finances, or some kind of security or stability. What if you shifted your focus from what you might lose to what you might gain? Endings are actually new beginnings, and you have the Wheel of Fortune, right? It's like understanding that the ending of this relationship or this pattern of behavior or this belief brings in the energy of a new beginning. Today, make a list of all the things you will gain from the change you are going through. Feel your heart, take a breath, and deepen your trust. Amazing things are coming. I love that. Because it is focusing on what is coming, what you can gain by saying, okay, this is no longer the type of relationship I want to be in. Whether you're in this relationship right now or this is a pattern in your relationships. There's this energy of, this doesn't work for me, right? What am I losing if I walk away from this? For some of you, I feel like you're feeling like you're losing some type of financial security or stability. but it's understanding that when you step into your energy of loving yourself for who you are and making choices that are based on you as your top priority, the universe backs you. The wheel will turn. You will have the abundance that you are seeking. It may not come right away, but it will come. Yes, I love this. Okay, so let's go to your Lover's Oracle card. Let's see what we have here. New beginning. A new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. And there you go. Cancer, I feel like maybe for some of you, this reading is kind of like a confirmation of something you have been, asking your guides about, or, this is the peace symbol. You may be just asking for peace. You may be a peaceful ending to the situation. I feel like you're praying about it. You're asking your guides, how do I transition out of this? And I feel like, you had the Ace of Cups. I feel like there is an opportunity. This is about you stepping into this energy of loving yourself. And it's not about being unkind to the people that you're leaving behind. It's about understanding that you have outgrown this situation, that there's something else out there for you, and understanding that you can kind of see it on the horizon. Like if you squint and you look far off, you know that there's something better out there, and it's time. It's time to start making that shift of moving away from this situation, relationship, or belief, that you have, and into something that is much better for you. All right, Cancer. I'm going to leave it there. I do personal readings. If you're interested, the link is in the description box below. But I do wish you so much love and light in this situation and in all your situations. Please be kind and gentle and compassionate with yourself as you're moving through this, because I feel like there's a lot of pulling on your heartstrings. There is something that you are leaving behind that you truly did love at one time, but there's just something new waiting for you ahead. Okay, I'm leaving it there. I do hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.